not letting me meet you guys. Good afternoon. Welcome to United Fellowship Chapel. Let's have an opening prayer. Mother, Father, God, we give thanks for your presence here today. We ask for your angelic intelligence and your resilience to circulate through each and every one. We ask for your limitless light of armor to be established in and around and through this building and on Zoom, and that only the highest and best will occur through our thoughts, words, and actions. And through those thoughts, words, and actions will direct us to a greater knowledge of our own self. So when we meet those on our passage, we have a greater knowledge of them. We give thanks for this day. Amen.
Amen.
For those on Zoom, you can mute your computers for a moment while we do our invocation out loud. All-knowing, which art within us, hallowed be I am. Ignite our understanding that we are eternal spiritual beings with the power to create happiness, health, and wealth in our lives. Ignite our understanding that our choices belong to us and are the seeds that create our lives. Ignite forgiveness of self as we ignite forgiveness of others. We give thanks for the power and the glory of I am in all. Amen. So let's just take a moment to breathe that in, soak it in, everything we just said. And now we'll read our affirmation out loud with vigor and excitement. I am that I am, the light of the living God, and therefore I am free and all-knowing. Ignite my soul with thy spirit, O God, I pray. On the right-hand side of the program, you'll see all of our events that are happening for this next week. A couple of things I'd like to mention. Jennifer Kleitz on Tuesday, she's going to be doing self-realization at 5 p.m. She's going to be speaking on the second section of order. Come see us on that day. And every Friday, Reverend David and myself will be doing readings after our healing circle at 12 o'clock. So we'll start at 1 o'clock. David is going to be channeling Rama Ramu, and he'll be doing those for $25 per 15 minutes. And give him a call or the chapel to sign up for that. I'll also be doing my readings, my master teacher, and whatever else. So just give us a call and get those set up. The 22nd of April is a pretty active day, and I'd like to share that with you. Amy Glog is going to do a class on Heal Thyself for $25 at 12 o'clock. That is a Thursday, by the way. And Rachel Mobley here in our chapel, want to wave or whichever, she's going to be doing readings that day. She is the medium of the month, and she's going to be doing readings for $40 a half hour from 2 to 4:30. And Reverend David's going to be doing group regressions. He's our monthly regressor. So he'll be doing the group regression here in the chapel, 5 p.m., $10, or you can also be on Zoom. So now's the time for our healing meditation, which will be done by Reverend Ernestina. As you get comfortable in your seats, and close your eyes and still your mind. Just relax, concentrating on your breath. As you breathe in that which sustains you, as this breath moves gently in and around and through your body, it relaxes every part of your body. Just relax. If you notice any tense places in your body, gently breathe into those places. Imagine them relaxing and all tension releasing with your exhale. Just relax.
As you listen to the rhythm of your breath, you scan your entire body from head to toe, feeling your entire body deeply relaxed. As the breath of life flows freely and easily, it nourishes every cell of your body, releasing the old that is no longer needed and replacing it with the new, finding a nice, gentle rhythm with your breath. You find your quiet place inside. You are peaceful now, still and quiet, and ready to go on a journey as you continue to relax. Picture now in front of you a veil of golden white light. It illuminates out towards you as if to touch you with its rays. You are safe and protected, as you know only the highest and best is yours. As you continue on your journey, walking through this veil of golden white light, there is a healing room just waiting for you on the other side. Without much thought, you walk easily and effortlessly through this golden veil of light, feeling certain that the benefits will be great. And as you look around this healing room, you notice everything around you. Immediately, you feel the vibrations that are in this room, and they excite and delight you. This room is beautiful and peaceful. You feel safe and secure, and suddenly you realize that you are not alone. For as you look around, you immediately recognize one of your guides, teachers, or angels. And as this being walks towards you and looks into your eyes, you see a wonderful, loving, gentle smile, warming you with its presence. As this guide or teacher is there to assist you with the healing that will be taking place. You are so very happy and grateful for this. Your guide very slowly extends his or her right hand out to you, and you extend your right hand. As you both hold hands, almost immediately the vibrations begin flowing through both of you. Then the left hand is extended out to you. As you clasp your left hands together, the healing circuit is complete. Together with arms extended, you form the infinity symbol, giving you the balance needed for a powerful healing to take place. As the healing vibration starts slowly at your feet, moving up your body, past your ankles, up your knees, up your thighs, stopping wherever additional healing is needed. Slowly the vibrations continue up your spine to your shoulders and neck and on up till your whole body is vibrating with healing energy. The vibrations continue, sending a gentle healing forgiveness all through you as you receive a new compassion for yourself. I'm going to leave you now for a few minutes, giving you time to do your healing work and to share anything you desire with your guide. Take time and enjoy. It's time now to feel the presence of this room again. And as both of you let go of your hands, your guide says, remember, I am always here for you. It is you who comes and goes. Ask for me anytime and I will be there. As you watch your guide slowly disappear, you step back through this golden veil of light, seeing very clearly that you can be in this healing room anytime. As you remember all that you've seen, felt, and heard, you know that you are better for this experience. As you began to be aware of your surroundings, you feel refreshed and alert, and when you are completely ready, open your eyes.
Thank you, Reverend Ernestina. And now the time for our speaker today. This particular talk is a very, very special, important part of our chapel, and the person giving it, I would say, definitely knows it very well and has taught me to understand this and be this in my life. I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say. Reverend David.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for that meditation, Reverend Ernestina. Thoughts, words, and actions. Have you ever figured out what they are? All you got to do is take a look at your life, and that's what they are. Your thoughts, words, and actions. What do we do with our thoughts when something adverse comes into our effect? Do we think of that adverse feeling? What is your thought? What I have learned to do is that when something adverse is in my effect, I go to think of something that's happy, healthy, and healthy. I don't think about the effect that I'm having because I'm just creating that effect again. And this is how we create things. The conceptions of our lives are done with the thoughts that you have. When people come and talk to you about the difficulties in their life, do you talk about them too? Because if you talk about them too, then you are creating them in your life too. And so, but how are you going to help anybody if you don't talk about what's going on in your life? You talk about what you can replace it with. Every time you have an effect, the next step is replacing, because you've already surfaced what you're getting rid of, and on your path of unfoldment, there's always releasing to do. And I heard other people say, well, I'm letting go. And then I don't hear what they're replacing it with. And when you're letting go, you're thinking of what you're letting go, and so you're just recreating what you're letting go of. It's a habit that we have. And you know, everybody thinks that habit is a three-letter word, bad. But habits are our creature. We are a creature of that habit. And I found out a long time ago, happiness is a habit, just like as unhappiness is a habit. And so I'm going to create happiness with happiness material. And what are the materials in our life? People, places, and things. And to go to things takes an action. And when you go to a place, there's always something going on. And when you see something going on, you think of what's going on. Have you ever gone to a place and all of a sudden it feels disturbing? Do you stay there? Most likely we do. I'm not going to offend anybody or anything. I'm not going to leave. But you're still thinking about what the disturbance is. And then you find out that people are talking about that too. And so I learned a long time ago that every cell of your being hears every word you say. And every word is a vibration. So I found one of the best things to ease my life and everything is to be aware of the words that I say, because that's a vibration. And so when you say words, every cell in your body is absorbing that word. And it takes it exactly as that vibration is. And so if you want to find out what you're talking about, I guess part of the best thing to do is get a nice dictionary and find out the words that you say each day. How do we go about finding the words that we say each day? Have you ever been quiet during the day and ask yourself, what did I do today? Where did I go today? Who was in my life today? It's all in your memory. It's all there. And it'll let you know exactly where you went and what you heard and what you even said and everything. And I think one of the important things to remember here is that everything you hear is the same thing as you say, because your cell in your body absorbs each word that you hear, and it has a certain vibration to it, and it's going to live that vibration. So the ability to be in command of yourself is to know the thoughts, words, and actions that you are doing each day, and also to know that when you go, there are thoughts, words, and actions going on in every place in your life and everything. And if you really want to know more about your life, take a look at the people and the places and things that you do go to. That is in your life too. If you want to really understand yourself, understand the places that you go, because that's going to that's in your creation. Because you're in charge of that. You know, when you go to a place that is unpleasant or unhappy, that's going to be with you, and you're going to think about it on that level. And every time you think of those people, places, and things, it's going to ignite. You know, this goes against quite a bit of clinicians' philosophy and that. But the thing here is that, you know, how do we free ourselves from that? How do we free ourselves from the effects that we have that are diseased? You know, and one of the things that helped me with disease, you know, I created that disease in my life. Somewhere along the line, I created it. And everything that happens in your life, you are the cause of that. Every effect that you have is you are the cause. And that's not to put a damper on you or put a hammer on you saying, well, you're a criminal or anything like this. You know, that is to let you know that you can do something about it. You don't have to wait for anyone else to do anything about it. So when I feel like I'm a victim, you know, if someone hurt me or anything like this, I don't go blame anybody for it. I have this affirmation that I've been saying for the last 40 years, that I fully and freely forgive myself and loose myself to my good. I'm going to be loose in my good. And sometimes I even say good, I say, and loose myself into a happiness, health, and wealth. But that's more of a more concrete replacement. But one thing I want you to when you talk about I'm letting go and releasing everything like this, what are you replacing it with? And the moment after you say I'm letting go, that's what you're replacing it with. What is in your thought at that time is what you're replacing it with. And this takes a tremendous amount of effort to do, because we are a creature of habit, you know, and we're finding out the words that we say have an impact into our life. So let's start understanding the words that we say, and really, we don't have to be quick to answer people. If someone disturbs you with something like this, well, I want to get back with it quick, take a breath. What is the happy thought for this? What is the healthy thought for this? What is the ability to not allow that to be in my life anymore? And everything. And so concentrate on replacement. And you know, if you're kind of disturbed about what's going on in your life today, there's only one person to be disturbed with. And who's that? No response.
Me.
I usually don't ask for responses, but I want a response today. What we're talking about right now is probably the most difficult thing in the world to do. Because that establishes change. And you know, when you're going through a change, there's one thing that always happens, and that's a breaking down period. And what happens when you break down? You get irritated, you get agitated, and for you males, you cry. Right? That's terrible for a male to cry. I know, and everything. But those are the breaking down steps that we go through and everything. And if you're changing and you're not crying and you're not irritated, you're not changing. Simple. So the next time you get irritated, pat yourself on the back. I'm changing. That's another thought to have, and it's another word to say that you are replacing it. I am happy. Every time I get disturbed, I am happy. I am healthy. Get in the habit of doing those things when something is disturbed, and know that the effects in your life you are the cause of that. And that takes thinking to do. And also, when you start saying, I am the cause of my effects, you recognize who you are and what you are. And then when something comes up in your life, like you kind of wonder, why is this happening? You don't have to wonder anymore. The reason it's happening is because you created it. You are the creator of your life. And I know we can find all kinds of logical ways. Oh, this person did this person did that. But what did you do in another lifetime to do that? Or another time in your life, there's something in there that, how many times have you allowed people to be disturbing? Or how many times have you disturbed people? There's not one person in here, including myself, that has not disturbed somebody in their life or done something hurtful and everything. Not one. And once you acknowledge that, that is breaking down. And now you can replace. What I'd like to suggest to do is that take the word replace and ask yourself, what is replacement? What is replacement? They fall in the three ingredients: happiness, health, and wealth. What does that? People, places, and things. Happiness, health, and wealth. People, places, and things. Thoughts, words, and actions. Isn't it a real simple way of looking at things? 3 is a powerful number anyway. You are the trinity of your life. You are the divine, and you are the ability to sustain happiness, health, and wealth. And you do that through the thoughts, words, and actions. The ability to understand yourself is so high and everything like this. Understanding yourself is that when you feel that you've been hurt, somewhere along the line, you did that somewhere. And you are the creator of that. And so don't try to look for escapes or anything like this. You are the escape of that. And as you replace, then you'll find things becoming more common in your life. Everything. The peace that's being established right now, you know, one of the things that helped me, I didn't realize what I was doing when I first got in here, and I found this statement, peace I am still, and I would say that 300 or 400 times a day, because I had so much opposite energy into me with that, you know, and I said, how in the world did I get that, you know? And then I realized I would start seeing some of the things that I did, not only in this lifetime, but also I would start seeing things in another lifetime that I did, and everything. And so, and it resembled the things that were going on in my life and to me and everything. And so, as we work with this and everything like this, I still have those irritating things come up, you know. And I said, well, you know, at my age and everything, why am I still having all these things? Because I'm still getting rid and I'm still replacing. And as long as I'm alive, that's what I'm going to do, is replace. So there's one word I want to leave you today. Replace, 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 replace. Happiness, health, and wealth. People, places, and things. Thoughts, words, and actions are peace, happiness, and wealth. Bless you.
Thank you, Reverend David. Now's the time we'll do our love offering for our service. And we'll place it between our hands and give it a blessing before we do. And for those on Zoom, thank you so much for your donations at unitedfellowshipchapel.org. Mother, Father God, as we place between our hands that which you have ignited, we give to the source that what you have given to put into effect the law of tenfold return to those who give freely and from the heart. Amen. We have our bag in the middle, and if you could just all take turns for our space. Now's the time our mediums will give messages, and your clear and strong voice says yes. So when the medium comes to you, say yes and say thank you at the end. It completes the process, and spirit, yourself, and the medium all connection. Our first medium will be Roberta. Roberta, will you do 2 messages, please?
I would be happy to. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Kim, may I come to you, please?
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Oh, Kim, since our meditation, your dad has stepped in very close to me, and he has his glasses on and he pushes his glasses up a little bit. And I also hear him say, I don't know if he called you Kimmy, but I feel like I'm hearing Kimmy or kiddo or something like this, a bit of a term of affection. And he's pulling out a chair and he wants to sit down at the table with you. Like he wants to like dole some fatherly advice. And he shows me the game Jenga. And when spirit shows that to me, it's about change. So he's talking about how, you know, those pieces can come out and things can fall and it can all be rebuilt. But what he wants to really say is he wants you to embrace the change, and he wants you to know you're doing a really good job, is what he's saying. You're doing a really, really good job. And he says the beauty of a silly game like Jenga is that you get to rebuild and your foundation is so strong. He refers to that. And he said he knows a thing or two about a strong foundation. He's making a point of that. So he's saying your foundation is so strong that no matter what happens in life, things fall, it's so easily rebuilt for you because of that foundation that you've built. He's very proud of you, and he just wants you to know that he's with you. He's with you always. And to trust in that too, everything you're going through. So many blessings from your papa. Yeah. And I'll leave that with you.
Thank you.
Reverend Michael, may I come to you, please?
Yes, please.
Reverend Michael, Spirit is showing me a labyrinth. And they're talking about, what they're showing me is a labyrinth on the ground, the way you would traditionally see it, but then they also show me one that is like spinning. It's spinning very fast. And they're talking a little bit about like it being mental, just mental stimulation, like lots of things swirling and swirling and swirling. So they bring me down, they want to bring you down to that earthly grounded labyrinth. And they're talking about slow and steady, purposeful, intentional breath, intentional steps. I just see you walking in this with great purpose. And they're speaking about trying to, any clutter, any like mental clutter that you may be having, any sort of stuff that's happening, to try to release that with every single step. And as you draw us closer and closer to the center of this labyrinth, with each step, I just see it being more calm, more relaxed, almost a complete meditative state. Like the beginning to the end is very different. So a lot of encouragement from Spirit just to, if you have the opportunity to walk a labyrinth, I'm not sure if you have one near, but if you do, I would highly encourage that, and Spirit is as well. Yes, just a purposeful way to clear, and I will leave that with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Roberta. Our next medium will be Kim. One, please. One message.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Afternoon.
Jennifer, may I come to you, please?
Yes, you are welcome.
Okay, Jennifer, I see with you a lot of authority and power. And it's like, you know how when you have things that cover your head, it's almost like I see hats with you, and it contains like all your thoughts inside. And so these hats, what they do is they protect you, and as people, we all wear many hats in our life, in different stages in our life. And what I've seen is this hat with you right now. You're using this hat as more of a shield. Perhaps maybe it's a secret that you're hiding, or something you're not ready to share, or but Spirit's saying that it's okay not to have to share it yet. That you can wear this hat always for your protection. Use this as your power, like your superpower. And it may not be always an actual hat that you're putting on, but sometimes you can put on your own invisible type of hat. And when you are going to control when this hat comes on, when the hat comes off. And I'm feeling that when you put your hat on, just know that you are protected. You're in control of your heart, your thoughts, and your mind, and just know that you'll continue to wear many hats. And then when you feel that you're ready to release some of that, it's okay to take your hat off. And I leave that with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Our next meeting will be Jennifer. One message, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sabine, may I come to you?
Yes, please.
Sabine, as I come into your presence, I'm seeing doorways. It's like those pictures you see of a big doorway and then a little smaller doorway farther away and another. And so doorways going down a long hall. And each doorway has a light of a different color. And it's like they're enticing you to walk through these doorways and embrace each experience from all the doorways. Each one brings something a little different, but each one will serve you. As you embrace and are open to it, you will be enriched as you enter through each doorway. And I leave that with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Our next meeting will be Sabine. One message, please.
Good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Leslie, may I come to you?
Yes, please.
As I come to you today, Leslie, I'm reminded, I see you walking with a dog, and this dog is coming to you, and it's really excited, and it's found this old thing back. You know how they go digging in the yard, and all of a sudden they've got this thing you haven't seen in 3 years, and it's found it back, and it's all excited, and it's gonna, show it to you. The message is here that you will find something old back, and this could be anything. It could be just an old letter or an old phone number from someone that is gonna bring you joy, but bring you maybe a connection, something that will mean something in the future, just a door that will open, something along those lines. So, pay attention and see if there's anything old that you can, find around you, around your work, around your home, or anywhere. And I leave that with you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Sabine. Our next medium will be Leslie. Oh, one, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Reverend Ernestina, may I come to you?
Yes, welcome.
Excellent. Reverend Ernestina, as I come to you, I'm seeing dripping candle wax, just this luscious, rich colors of tradition and dripping candle wax. And Spirit's really refocusing you to your ancestry, your deep roots. It's really focusing you back to family and tradition and kind of revisiting your memories on those and reevaluating your maybe some preconceived notions that you had in the past that maybe Spirit is asking you to revisit and get new information, that there's now new information to be had there. And I'll leave that with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Leslie. Our next medium will be Rachel. One message, please.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Roberta, may I come to you?
Yes, thank you, Rachel.
There's an image of you sitting by a fire. There's this great big mantelpiece above it. And this mantelpiece really resembles home, resembles warmth. And it's a call for you to take some time to be at home, to be in your center, to find that warmth within. It's a call to relax and receive. Even when this time of spring is all about the go, 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 you can go a lot faster when you remain still at times. And I leave that with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Our next medium will be Reverend Ernestina. One, please.
Reverend Angie, may I come to you?
Yes, thank you.
As I come to you today, Angie, I have this beautiful picture. And you are in this field of flowers, all different kinds of flowers. And what's happening in there, it's like you and the flowers are all dancing together. The energy is magnificent. And it's like all the essence from all these different flowers are just swirling all around you. Get chills if I'm telling you this. But this essence from all of these flowers and the stuff that is just flowing around you, it's like you're inhaling it. But not only that, it's going to every cell and pore of your body. And it's just really inviting you to join them as often as possible, to dance with them and feel that energy and that essence and the flow of just all this beauty that is there. And you carry it very well because it stays with you and it goes wherever you go. And I leave that with you. God bless.
Thank you, Reverend Ernestina. Our next medium will be Reverend David.
Good afternoon. Reverend Blanca, may I come to you?
Yes, welcome.
Reverend Blanca, as I come into your presence today, I get the symbol of clarity here. And actually, there's a lot of clarity getting ready to ignite within you. There's some understanding of the next step of your evolution and of your development. And that the spirit world wants you to know that you are developing spiritually, and you've actually moved in awareness. And so be prepared to see less of some people and open to other people to come in. And you will feel much more at ease with that. I leave it with you, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Stuart, we heard you.
Yes, please.
Stuart, as I come to your presence today, I get the symbol of order here with you. And as you move along, there's certain actions that take place before you go to the next event on order. And so when you think you all completed something, and I see papers around you, and you see that you figure out all the papers are taken care of, look around, because there's something else to take care of. And so when 3 or 4 days come along, you don't have to go back and do that again. But take a look at the things of sequence and know that there's still something more to be done. And you'll be pleased with that. I leave it with you, and God bless you. Bye.
Thank you, Reverend David. I'll be the next video. Rachel, may I come to you? So I'm actually seeing you at the beginning of there's like you're gonna go and do a race, you know, like you're sitting at the beginning line there and your energy is getting all excited here. But what Spirit is saying is to go really slow, like the baby slow, like the turtle slow. And each stepping stone that you create as you go past that line, it's going to cement and harden. And it's going to be a total change in this space because you will never go back. You're going to go forward and it's going to be solid. You know, each one is really solid. So as you take your step foot, you know, you're forward, focus on solidifying that in what you've done and where you've gone. I leave that with you. Blessings to you. You're welcome. Reverend David, may I come to you?
Please do.
There is no mistake. Rama Ramu's Friday events are going on. You and Rama Ramu, the workings that you spend the time with, giving messages to others, this is also for you. And Rama Ramu is going to be revealing some information with you that he had with you in prior lives. There's some information to be distributed out to the world. So I leave that with you.
Thank you.
Blessings to you. I'm sure everybody's got a message. Okay. I want to thank each and every one of you all for being here at our service today. And we are going to sing Let There Be Love, and we do not have music. So those of you on Zoom, if you'll just mute your screen there. Let there be love on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be love on earth, a love that was known to be. With God as our knowing, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let love begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in love eternally. Let there be love on earth, and let it begin with me. Mother, Father, God, we give gratitude and thanks for this day. We ask for your infinite light of protection to be with us and through us as we go on our path. So when we meet those on our passage, we share the love that is so abundant. We give thanks for this day. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.